Westbrook. So, Shannon, what is your reaction to this latest report?
My reaction is I don't know if James Harden is going to be happy playing with anybody. Skip, you remember he wanted Dwight Howard, and then that didn't work. He wanted Chris Paul, then that didn't work. He wanted Russ, then that didn't work. Then at some point in time, the common denominator in Houston is the same player, but all the other players getting shipped out. I mean, Beard, you can't see that you might be part of the problem also? So, Skip, for me, when you look at these guys are so similar. With everything, speed is athleticism is a large part of their game. They shoot the same basically from the floor, from the three-point line. They're both injury-prone. They're both coming, the contracts. So I don't know what Harden actually think he's getting because basically he's getting another, Russell Westbrook, another guy that has a high usage rate when James Harden is the usage king. So I don't really know what he's hoping by basically switching guys.
I don't either, but I believe this was about Russell Westbrook originally speaking out before any of this happened, saying, I want out. And he didn't go private with it. He went public with it. I need to go back to playing my game.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So once he did that, it's like your BFF has betrayed you publicly. So I'm not surprised that now James Harden is saying, well, I prefer John Wall over Russell Westbrook.
You don't think he had that conversation with James?
Who?
Russ.
I don't know. I'd like to think he did, but I don't know that.
Well, you might be right because he might have chosen a different choice of words had he had that conversation, not say, well, I want to play my style of basketball. Just says, look, I just think, it's just best that probably shouldn't have said anything, just keep it behind the scenes, not come out publicly and say it and let Daryl Morey, whomever the GM now, well, Morey is gone, let them handle that because it's not a good look now. That's my boy. We boys, Skip, and all of a sudden, I don't want to be...
Are they now?
I don't know.
Did the bridge get burned?
I don't know.
Is there trouble in paradise?
I didn't think it was going to work, Skip. And like you said, if you look at the numbers, Russ had 27, 8, and 8. James Harden was 30.
Russ really tried to sacrifice for James. And I thought it worked the best it could work, given that they were small ball, right? They had 6'5" as your center, right?
Right.
And they did beat your Lakers in game number 1, and that was the most impressive feat they pulled off all year. And then it looked like they were poised to at least make a series out of it, and they lost Daniel House to a COVID violation, to a, obviously, quarantine violation. And then here they went south, and once it went south, then everybody blew up. Then they said, we got to go our separate ways.
But Skip, James has been there for, what, 8, 9 years? And he got rid of Dwight Howard, and Clint Capella, and Chris Paul, and Russell Westbrook.
But remember, Daryl Morey took out a full-page ad as he left town.
Well, he put Daryl Morey on the map.
Well, he did, but he said, you changed my life.
Yeah, and he did. But, Skip, changing his life, James Harden, that's fine, well, and good. But I think James doesn't want to be one on that list of best players to never win a championship. James Harden wants to win a championship. And I don't think, and Kobe said it before his passing, he doesn't think that style can win a championship. Yeah, you put up tremendous numbers, and it's all good. And oh, my God, we've never seen anything like it. But to have one guy dominate the basketball that much, even Michael gave that up, Skip. As much as Michael wanted to dominate the ball, he gave it up because Phil convinced him that you can't win a championship like that. Kobe, once Shaq got away, Kobe was doing this thing with, putting up 81 and 60 and 3/4. But Phil said, we're not going to win a championship with you doing that. So now they get Powell. Now he's passed the ball. Kobe wins 2 more championships. Until James Harden understands you're going to have to give up the ball. You can't dominate it that much. He's going to be one of those guys, best players never to win a championship. Is it Karl Malone? Is it James Harden? Is it Charles Barkley? Is it Patrick Ewing? Elgin Baylor? He's going to be on that list, Skip.
You know and I know there's only one path to a championship for James Harden, and it's through Brooklyn right now. But if he could pull that off, he'd have a shot.
But Skip, he ain't gonna dominate the ball.
You'd have to completely sacrifice who you are. Yep.
But are you willing to do that, Skip?
I don't know. You better be.
Interesting reports there. But I want to explain this to you guys. LeVar Ball may have been on to something. His middle son, LiAngelo, just signed. Well, Russell Westbrook is out in Houston. The Rockets traded the MVP to the Wizards, and they will get former All-Star John Wall and a future first-round pick in the deal. Wall last played in 2018 and has been rehabbing from a knee and Achilles injury since. So, Shannon, who won the trade?
Well, before I say that, Skip, I am sorry, Washington, because I spoke this into existence. I remember when Russell Westbrook first requested a trade, and I'm looking at it, I'm scouting, I'm like, the only trade that really makes sense, Skip, is him for John Wall. Because
you said that first?
I said that first, Skip.
Really?
And
I thought it's been rumored out there for weeks.
No, I said when I first saw the news, I came on here, hey, internet, do your thing now. You know the internet good at this here. Because, Skip, if you look at it, Skip, they're very similar players. Shoot about the same from the field. Shoot about the same from the three-point line. The contracts are basically identical. Coming up, have an injury history. And the question is, given their history of injuries, how are these contracts going to look not only this year, but you still got 2 more years after this year? At about, what is it, 3 years, $131 million. So how's that going to look? But for me, Skip, who won the trade in the short term? I will say the Rockets, because they did get a first-round pick, but they lost overall because you shipped out Chris Paul the year before and gave up 4 first-round picks to get Russ. And you only get 1 of those back, and that's protected. So in the short term, they won. If you look, okay, trade for trade. Russ for John Wall. I'm going to say the Rockets won because they did get a first-round pick back in return. But overall, they lost this one, Skip. What they gave up, and that's the risk that you run. If you give up so many of these assets, and I guess it's hard to call them assets because we don't know what they're going to do with these picks. But when you give up all this, Skip, and the guy all of a sudden is not happy. But, Skip, what happened to the friendship? You know, well, I've been knowing James since I've been this big. I've been knowing James, my boy. We're from California. We grew up AAU. We play all this thing together. Skip, I don't know how people thought this was going to work. You got 2 guys that led the NBA that was either 1 or 2 in usage, which means I got the ball in my hands. They alternate. I'm number 1 one year, you number 2. I'm number 1 one year, you're number 2. And you put those 2 guys together, Skip, and people actually thought. Skip, yeah, I know that's my boy. Skip, look here. My brother, I like to think me and my brother is closer than Harden and Russ. I damn sure didn't want to play with him because I know he's going to be griping for the ball, and I'm going to want my catches too. So you know what is best? You stay in Green Bay, I'll stay right over here in Denver. It would have been best that you don't put these guys together so you don't monk up the friendship. I don't think it monked it up, but they realized they couldn't play together. They realized Russ, as you like to say, Russ like this one-man game. Hey, look, I can have other people, but if I can do this, if I can be the ringmaster, if I can be the trapeze guy, if I can get shot out the cannon, if I can do all those things, why do I need all that, Skip? If I can do it. So for me, plus Russ gets to go back with Scotty Brooks. Coached him in OKC, Skip. 3 straight triple-double seasons, MVP. He knows Scotty Brooks. But I don't think, is Bradley Beal happy? No. Is James Harden happy? No. Does James, now his beard more tight? Okay, y'all got me John Wall. I'm good to stay. Let me sign that extension. I don't think that's the case, Skip. So can we say anybody won? Because I don't think anybody's happy with this. They just had to do it.
Which brings me right on time to my conclusion. In trying to figure out who won this, it made my head hurt last night. And I slept on it, and I'm still not sure there was a winner in this trade. They traded problems. That's all they did. John Wall is not a problem for the team as far as being on the team. He is beloved in Washington. They love him. And he's been great in the community there.
Unbelievable.
And they're heartbroken to lose him. But he hasn't played for 2 years. Who is he? What is he? What's left? And he had the dreaded Achilles injury on top of the ACL. And I think he did it falling down the stairs at home.
And the thing is, he's a speed guy, so he's probably going to be more impacted by the Achilles than Kevin Durant will be.
And I know he's posted some videos, and he looks explosive again. God bless him. I'm knock on wood for him. But who knows what he is now? Who knows if he can live up to those last 2 years at top money? So what am I supposed to make of it? I don't know, because you got to tell me how good he's going to be. Look, you got 2 guys who are capable of averaging double-digit assists because they both done it.
They can be 20-10 guys.
They're both capable of leading the league in assists the way LeBron just led the league in assists. But they're neither a gifted passer to me. They have to work at it. They have to sort of concentrate on getting rid of the ball in the lane, like driving it and leaving it for a dunk.
Well, I really want to lay this ball up, but they got me blocked, so I'm going to kick it to you so you do something with it.
You dunk it, right? So I don't love either one of them as a showrunner, as a distributor, as a pure point. They're not pure points, either one of them. John Wall, when he was at his athletic greatest, he's a highlight reel.
Yeah, oh,
man.
yeah.
Woo.
Yes.
He can sky and dunk and make some sensational plays. Russ is much bigger box office to me than John Wall. So I'm going to give the Wizards.